It was an unremarkable Tuesday afternoon until everything in Jason's world shifted in a heartbeat. Jason, a conscientious manager at a mid-sized tech firm, had been running on empty for weeks. Work was relentless, deadlines crowded his calendar, and he couldn't remember the last time he'd truly exhaled. On a whim, he decided to stretch his lunch break longer than usual, a quiet act of defiance against the grind. He had no idea that choice would change his life forever. Normally, Jason's lunch routine was set in stone, a quick trip to the same small deli near the office. But that day, he broke the pattern. He drove across town to a quaint little cafe he and his wife Amanda used to frequent during their dating years. It had been ages since their last visit, but something about the memory pulled him back. The moment he stepped inside, the warm scent of fresh coffee and baked pastries wrapped around him. It coaxed out a faint smile, one he hadn't worn in far too long. He chose a quiet table by the window, ordered a sandwich, and pulled out his phone to chip away at his overflowing inbox. Around him, soft conversation and the gentle clinking of cutlery created a soothing backdrop. As he glanced out the window, for the first time in weeks, a sliver of peace found him. That's when he saw her. At first, he thought his eyes were playing tricks. Amanda should have been at work, miles away from here. But there she was, walking hand in hand with a man Jason had never seen before. She laughed in a way he hadn't heard in years, unguarded, light and warm. They stopped just outside the cafe, leaning in close, sending a knot twisting through his stomach. His pulse thundered as he sat frozen, watching them disappear into a boutique across the street. Their comfort with each other was unmistakable. A part of him wanted to believe there was an innocent explanation, but unease gnawed at him. Curiosity tangled with dread, and before he realized it, Jason was on his feet, tossing cash onto the table, stepping into the crisp afternoon air. Keeping far enough behind to remain unnoticed, he followed them inside the shop. Amanda tried on several outfits, spinning for the man's approval. To Jason's horror, they looked exactly like a couple in love. When they left, he trailed them to a nearby hotel. His breath caught as they slipped inside without hesitation. He stood rooted on the sidewalk as the truth crashed over him. Amanda was with someone else, and he had stumbled into it by accident, in what should have been a simple lunch break. Anger, disbelief, and heartbreak churned inside him. But one thing became clear: he would confront her. Just not here. Not now. That evening, Jason walked through the door, carrying the weight of what he'd seen. Amanda was already home, greeting him with a smile and a kiss on the cheek as if nothing had changed. It felt surreal, like living in two realities at once, the one where she pretended everything was fine, and the one where the truth had already splintered his world. "How was your day?" Amanda asked lightly. Jason forced a smile. "It was fine," he replied, his voice even. They sat down to dinner, exchanging the same small talk as always. She looked calm, untroubled, utterly convincing. In the days that followed, Jason wrestled with indecision. Confront her now, or wait until he was certain. He chose patience, quietly watching. Soon small but telling shifts emerged: more late nights at work, sudden trips away, and a growing protectiveness over her phone. Determined, Jason hired a private investigator. The waiting was agonizing, but he knew he needed undeniable proof. When the report finally arrived, it confirmed everything he feared: photographs, timestamps, and detailed accounts of Amanda meeting another man, David. Their affair had stretched on for months, filled with secret meetings and getaways. That night, Jason stayed up reading every page, his emotions tangled in rage, grief, and disbelief. His life as he knew it had crumbled. Yet beneath the pain, a sharp clarity took hold. He knew what he had to do. The next morning, he sat Amanda down at the kitchen table, his face lined with sleepless nights. "Amanda, we need to talk," he said evenly. Her expression shifted. "What's wrong?" He slid the folder toward her. "This." Her hands trembled as she opened it. Color drained from her face. "Jason, I can explain." "Don't," He cut in. I just want to know why. Her gaze fell to her lap, shoulders slumping. I don't know, she whispered. I never meant to hurt you. It just happened. His chest ached. I trusted you. We built a life together. How could you throw it away? Tears slid down her cheeks, but no explanation came. Silence filled the room. In the days that followed, Jason packed his things and left. The home they'd shared had become a monument to broken trust. He filed for divorce, certain there was no way back. Amanda reached out again and again, pleading for forgiveness, but he knew it was over. What they'd had was beyond repair. Slowly, Jason began piecing himself back together. He buried himself in work, leaned on friends and family, and tried new hobbies. One afternoon, walking through the park, he saw a family laughing together. The sound stirred something deep inside him. For the first time in months, he felt a flicker of hope that joy could return, that life still held happiness somewhere down the road. With that small spark, Jason stepped into the uncertainty ahead. The path was unknown, but he was ready. His story had been one of heartbreak and betrayal, but also of resilience and rediscovery. He had endured the darkness and emerged stronger, ready for whatever came next.